I'm playing the lottery, and I won $15,000.
Why didn't you just tell me?
We barely have enough money to retire on. This is no time to risk it.
Yes, it is.
What?
Can I help you?
We'd like to buy 8,000 windfall tickets.
I absolutely love this film. I love true stories, and Jerry and Marge's is nothing short of incredible. And one of the things that I think is so interesting is getting into the mindset of this couple. And Bryan, in Jerry's case, like, he had this mathematical gift, except for he questioned whether it, maybe was a stumbling block in him connecting with his family and friends, and until he found that loophole with the lottery.
Well, that was some liberty that we took, because Jerry is actually in real life very gregarious and outgoing and kind of fun. And I thought, but perhaps better for the film if he has this gift and this ability in one area and not so much in the other areas. So we made him a little more socially clumsy, or not as advanced or comfortable socially. And I think it gave a nicer balance to that. That was liberties that we took.
And Annette, Marge, she wants so badly to just bond with her husband. She's waited so long for this, retirement time together, and is understanding that they're maybe not so good at it. So she is like more than thrilled to kind of encourage this betting adventure.
Yeah, I love that about Marge. And in real life, Marge really did have a good time. They had a good time together doing it. They had been married their whole lives since they were teenagers. And their story is really very sweet together. They're very in love with each other. They're very different from each other. Marge is, in the family, she's called Marge the Sarge. And she's runs a tight ship, and
Yep.
they raised all these kids, and she was, she used to sew everything for these kids. She would literally make their coats in the winter. She's a very talented woman, very capable, good at life. So when this came along, it was a little bit out of character for Marge, because they were going on this adventure together. And she just jumped right in, and they had a good time together. They'd get in the car, drive to Massachusetts from Michigan every 3 weeks, buy a gazillion tickets, that was benefiting their kids, their grandkids, their friends. They were there buying tickets that other people had given them money to do, so they were bundling. And then they would be in this hotel room for a week or longer, literally going through the tickets, checking the numbers. And she really enjoyed all of that. They had a good time. She really made that clear to me. Even though she wasn't, when we visited, Jerry was a little bit dazzled by, oh, they're making a movie about us. But Marge was perfectly polite and kind, but she wasn't overly impressed. It didn't make a big difference to her.
In fact, when we were shooting in Atlanta, and we invited them to come down to Atlanta to watch the shooting, and it was like, well, I think we're okay here, and we'll see the movie when it comes out. It's like, okay. They weren't taken up by the Hollywood of it all. It's just, okay, that sounds good.
We got to sit on their back porch with them, and one of their daughters was there that day, and she and I were sitting on the swing, and I remember getting the giggles with her.
Yeah, you and Dawn.
Yeah, me and Dawn, over something Jerry was talking about, the cafe that they go to on the weekends. It was about that. Anyway, it was they were lovely to us and very welcoming. We had a good time. It was interesting.
Sounds like such a great family, and just that they had the wherewithal to say, let's bring the community in on this. Let's just not pack away millions of dollars for us and be selfish. Let's have this benefit the whole town, which in itself almost seems like it was made up. But I love that was a core piece of who they were too.
That's right. It did happen that way. That's right.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time today. I absolutely love the film, and I cannot wait for audiences to see it.
Great. Thank you very much, Kelly.
Really does feel like we're robbing a bank.
Nah, this is going to be more fun.